Well, hello. How many of you have ever had an advent calendar? Now, an advent calendar can come in many different shapes, sizes, different things. One of the most popular ones that you may have had are the ones that you buy and you open up the windows and inside there's a little chocolate. And you do that every day starting December the 1st. And when you open the very last window, that is Christmas Eve. Some other ones, you move a little character around and put them in a pocket, and when they get to the end, it's Christmas Eve. Well, I decided that we were going to make one. And luckily, we had one of our very own families, Colton's family. His mom sent me a fantastic idea to make an advent calendar. So I thought I would share that idea with you so that you could make your very own advent calendar to use at home. Now, this one has no chocolate. You can't eat any of it, but it will be really fun. Now, to get started, you are going to need a few things. You will need some different colors of construction paper. You'll need a background color. I have a great big piece of green. You could use white, you could use blue, you could use any other color that you want. I'm just choosing green because it's more of a Christmas color. So you're going to need a big piece of paper. Then you're also going to need smaller pieces of paper of red, white, and if you have a skin color piece of paper or white and you could color it. If you don't have any of those colors, then you can always use plain paper and color the things, right? So I am going to show you one way to do this, and then you are going to use your imagination because I'm not sending you a template for this, which means I'm not sending you tracers. I want you to create your own, but I'm going to give you an idea. Are you ready? Okay, so here we go. All right, so if you start with a large piece of paper here, okay? One thing, oh, I forgot to mention, one other thing that you will need is these cotton balls. Cotton balls are what make it so fun. And you can get these at the dollar store. If you don't have cotton balls, something else that you could do is maybe you could stamp, use a stamp. You'll see when we get to that part what I mean. So I have my green paper. Now I am going to make Santa on this green paper, all right? So I have already cut out some pieces for you. Now I've cut out this piece, which is going to be Santa's hat. And I'm going to place it on the paper right about there. It's tricky for you to see. There. Okay, you can place it anywhere you want. I'm going to place my pieces first and then glue them on. And you should always do that because that way you can change things. Now, I have cut out a face. Now, the reason I've done this at the bottom is because I'm going to put his mustache there, okay? So I'm going to take this face and I'm going to put it underneath the hat, okay? And match it up there. All right, so that's what we have so far. Now, Santa has fur along the top of his hat. He also has fur at the bottom. There's a couple of choices. You can just cut out a little pom-pom out of paper and put it there. And you can also cut out of paper a strip like this. See how I made it all wiggly so it kind of looks like fur? And put it there. And you can see already it's starting to look like Santa. One other thing that you're going to need is definitely the most important thing, and that is Santa's mustache. You can't have Santa Claus if you don't have his mustache. Okay, so we're going to place the mustache on his face. Okay, right here. Okay, so you can see that so far. Now, the problem is, what is he missing? What does Santa have underneath his mustache. You are right. Santa has a beard. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that beard in a minute. But before we do that, I'm going to give him some eyes. There. And I might want to give him a nose. I might want to give him some rosy red cheeks here, because they often talk about Santa having rosy red cheeks. The other thing I could do, if I didn't want to use paper for his mustache, I could take these cotton balls, because they come apart really easily like this, and I could spread it out on his hat like this and glue it. You probably would need white glue. I could do that and not even use paper. I could use white paint. If I have white paint, I could paint on top of there. Okay, so there are lots of options. The beard now turns into your advent calendar. And I have one that I finished, so I'm going to show you that. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. And I'm going to turn it back up so you can see me. And here you have it. So there is my Santa and my Santa face. And I'm going to read the little poem that's on here. And it says, Santa's beard is very bare. There is no hair on, sorry, I'll say that again. Santa's beard is very bare. On his chin, there is no hair. Starting December 1st, add a puff of white each day. And the puff of white each day is this little pom-pom. When his beard is full, he will come that night. And if you look, so on December the 1st, I will put it on number 1. I will glue some cotton there. And on the next day, I will glue one on number 2, and number 3, and number 4, and number 5, and all the way down to number 24. The numbers create his beard. And when it's all covered, Santa will have a very long, fluffy beard. When you're putting on the pom-poms, if you find that they're hard to glue on, you can pull them out a little bit like this. And that way also they'll stick a little bit better. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a couple just so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. And you'll see that it kind of starts to look like a beard. And this is something you could do every morning when you wake up. You could go and you could add a little piece of fluff to Santa's beard. I'll do one more. There we go. You can stretch out and there we go. I've done 1, 2, and 3, and you can see that it's already starting to look like Santa's fuzzy beard. Watch this video, get some ideas of how I made things, but I want you to make your own hat, your own face, write your numbers. You may need some help with that. That is totally okay. Add some fur if you want to. Change it up if you want to, use a different background. But I want you to make an advent calendar that you can use every single day when you wake up in the morning and do the Christmas countdown.